But this one is a turkey meatloaf with lots of fresh herbs. And we're going to do it sort of cordon bleu style. We're going to fill it with ham and cheese and Dijon mustard and cornichon. Really yummy. So we have, for every meatloaf, you're going to get 6 to 8 slices, good slab slices. We start with 2 pounds of ground turkey. I'm chopping up what I would normally put in my Thanksgiving stuffing, a combination of parsley, sage leaves, which I've piled on top of each other so that I can very thinly slice them quickly, and some lovely citrusy thyme. So now we're going to gather up all of our herbs, add that to our turkey. Then we're going to add 1 egg beaten. And then I've got some toasted breadcrumb here. About a cup of toasted breadcrumb. And then to keep the meatloaf nice and moist, I get the breadcrumbs wet with a fat splash of milk, cream, half and half, whichever you have in the fridge. And then I add a little bit of nutmeg. Where did my grater go? Just pop out a new one. A little bit of freshly grated nutmeg. Then I add a little drizzle of olive oil, and I take a small baking sheet and I line it with a piece of parchment paper. Then you press the meatloaf mixture so that you end up with a flat rectangle. Now we're going to top it with Dijon. And I like the squirt bottles for this. It just makes it so much easier to slather. And then you want a nice mild cooked ham. So a French style ham, this lovely prosciutto cotto, a nice mild cooked ham. I'm using prosciutto cotto. Goes next. So I bought 1 chunk of Swiss and 1 chunk of Gruyere. It makes a lovely combo. And you're going to sprinkle that around. You can also get it deli sliced and just layer in the slices. That's easy too. And then we're going to top the cheese mixture with a little bit, I find that a little pickled something is such a nice surprise in this, sort of like a rouladen. We're going to put a little bit of chopped cornichon on top of this as a lovely little flavor surprise. Now you use the parchment to help you wrap and roll this. I know. And see, it just kind of peels away. And when you get to the end, you just push down really firmly and seal the deal. We're going to do our side dish and gravy now. So I've got beautiful shelled peas. They're perfect this time of year, and they're everywhere. And I've got in the pan already a couple tablespoons of butter and 2 fat shallots cooking out. I'm adding, for 6 to 8 people, about 4 cups of peas. And I'm adding, 4 to 6 large carrots diced. And then we're going to braise these guys. I'm gonna hold my butter up so it doesn't get in the way and it doesn't go any farther. So you flip them around in the butter and shallots, add some salt and pepper, and then a little shot of chicken stock. Blah, 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 blah. Now, for the gravy, I put black pepper into the melted butter. Pepper has oils in it, and it really flavors the gravy beautifully if you put some coarse pepper into the melted butter and toast it up along with your flour. Of course, equal amounts of flour and butter. 3 tablespoons of each here. And then instead of using those gravy flavoring, I forgot a little bit of my mom's trick, a little bit of grated onion and its juice. Whisk that in there with the butter, just a little bit. Makes people go, what is that? Anyway, as I was saying, instead of using those gravy enhancers, I put in a layer of flavor. I use a little Worcestershire in my gravy. I know. Beef consommé, 1 can. That's beef with the gelatin. They roast the bones, then put the bones back in while they're making the stock, so you've got a nice gelatin. It gives it a nice viscosity. And we make a light brown gravy by whisking together the beef consommé and the chicken stock. So you end up with kind of a medium light color gravy that's got this crazy amount of flavor in it by mixing the 2 together. So I'm gonna whisk in our chicken stock. So take a look at that beauty. This is the meatloaf with lots of herbs and breadcrumb, and it's stuffed with Dijon, ham, Gruyere, Swiss, and Cornichon. We're gonna hit it with our shallots, peas, and carrots. Delicious.